Ito ang ayaw mangyari ng China ngayon. Ang biglang magdeklara ang Pilipinas. Malaking gulo sa China ngayon. Ayon sa nakalap nating impormasyon, nagulat ang China sa biglaang pagdedeklara ng Pangulo na pagtutulungan ng Japan ang China sa Pilipinas. Ayon sa Pangulo, walang mangyayari kung kakausapin lang natin ng China dito, kaya gagamit siya ng ibang paraan. Walang ibang nakakagawa pa na Pangulo. Kung saan papanig siya sa Japan, papapasukin niyang Japanese dito.
We have to be very careful. Pag may nangyari ulit dyan, it won't lead us to a good result. Kung yan ang gustong ibigay sa atin ng China, so hindi nila titigil yan. Kung magkamali tayo, hindi malaking gulos. As Japan has the same concerns in the China Sea, we are in South China Sea. Sila naman nasa North China Sea, and kaya kung lapitan kung sino man and said baka pwede natin pag-usapan tungkol dito sa security issues sa South China Sea. And maraming tumutulong sa atin sa problema ang hinaharap natin sa South China Sea. I will be going to visit His Majesty the Emperor and the Empress, their Majesties, the Emperor and the Empress, and that will again give strength to our relationship between Japan and the Philippines, as they have been kind enough, their Majesties have been kind enough to invite us to once again visit with them. But it is very, very clear that Japan has a clear plan to be more involved in terms of the development of the economy of ASEAN, of the Indo-Pacific region, and certainly for the Philippines. I have to say that our relationship with Japan has grown from strength to strength, whereas before, generally speaking, our discussions were centered around trade, and ODA, and JICA, and JBIC, and ADB. Now we have entered into other, but mostly for infrastructure. Now we have entered into agreements that concern other areas. One of them, of course, is security. As Japan has the same concerns in the China Sea, we are in South China Sea. Sila naman nasa North China Sea, and so we have some very similar issues, and the assistance that they are providing us, the partnership that they are providing us, will have a synergy to increase our capabilities in terms of defending the peace in the China Sea. So that has taken a very large part, that has now begun to occupy a very large part of the discussions between Japan and the Philippines. I don't know if you know it, but the Philip Romualdez, the speaker's brother, was very good friends with the emperor, and they were together in Oxford. Together, sino yung kaibigan niya na ano? Yeah, yung anak ni Chief Justice, si Toto Fernandez, he was also, wala na si Toto, but they were very good friends, and the last time that we met, he was asking if he can get halo-halo, kasi napakain daw ni Philip doon sa Philippine Embassy doon sa London. So, I guess we will revisit some of that. All right,
Yes, sir.
let me open the floor.
Yes, sir. First question from Ms. Joyce Balancho of ABS-CBN.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, the decision of the two leaders to hasten the conclusion of the negotiations for the RAA, does it have something to do with the recent incidents over the West Philippine Sea?
No, it's been in the works for way before that. Of course, the incidents in the past couple of months has certainly sharpened our focus when it comes to that. But again, that's one of the things that I am looking forward to. That will be that will have a big multiplier effect to our capabilities. These are the kind of arrangements we are making not only with Japan, but also with other countries around China Sea, Indo-Pacific region, and it has become a very important part of these trips that we take, that kahit na halimbawa it is a plenary session, ang pinag-uusapan is climate change, kaya kung lapitan kung sino man and said baka pwede natin pag-usapan tungkol dito sa security issues sa South China Sea, and this is one of the products of that. We also have the same kind of negotiations or discussions with many other countries, so we'll continue to do that para maraming tumutulong sa atin sa problema ang hinaharap natin sa South China Sea.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, may we get your comment on the reported presence of an extraordinary number of 11 Chinese vessels in Ayungin Shoal, and meron din na pong 27 other ships surrounding the shoal.
Yeah.
Is there a commitment from Japanese Prime Minister Kishida to help us in this kind of swarming incidents in our territory?
Well, of course, we are exerting all efforts, no. But we have to be very careful that we do not overreact, that we do not that we do not make mistakes that might be misinterpreted by anyone. Kailangan talaga maingat tayo dahil pag may nangyari ulit dyan, if we heighten the tensions, it won't lead us to a good result. So we are being very circumspect in the actions that we will take.
Magandang hapon, Mr. President. Given the recent reports about the supposedly disrespectful behavior of the Chinese ambassador, si Ambassador Wang, including his reported bullying of no less than the AFP chief, are you still comfortable with the envoy, and will the Philippine government ask China to recall the ambassador?
Well, he's the ambassador of China, so he will always state the Chinese position. Again, kung siguro akong personally ang pinag-usapan, maybe I'll be upset. But you're not talking about me, we're talking about the Philippines. So it doesn't serve any purpose for us to lose our temper or to overreact. So kung yan ang gustong ibigay sa atin ng ambassador ng China, wala naman hindi naman sa atin. I mean, kung talagang objectionable siya, you can make it known to Beijing. But I think Ambassador Wang is just doing his job. He's just doing his job. He's continuing to state the Chinese narrative. Of course, we don't agree with that narrative, but I cannot see him doing anything else. And so we just keep trying. We'll just keep trying. Because the truth of the matter is, kahit mapalitan na si Ambassador Wang, pareho ba rin ang sasabihin ng susunod na ambassador? Dahil yun ang linya ng China. So hindi nila titigil yan. So we have to. That's why we have to work around it. We cannot overreact. Yung mga nga napipikon, sabi ko, hindi naman tungkol sa atin to, tungkol sa Pilipinas ito. Kung magkamali tayo, hindi malaking gulo. So we don't want to go anywhere near that situation.
Pero follow-up lang, Mr. President. But would you have wanted that the manner of asserting China's peace position be a little bit different? Kasi marami nagrereklamo dun sa kanyang way of doing his
Of
job.
course. I wish that we had talked about it over the table as opposed to colliding with each other on each other's ships in the open sea. So, of course, I would have preferred a less confrontational method of trying to decide these things. So.
Compound question na po, sir. Will you be signing it on Wednesday, and how will the 2024 national budget be responsive to the WPS challenges po? How will it be responsive to the West Philippine Sea challenges?
Well, again, it's difficult for me to talk about operational capabilities and things like that. But we will improve that. We will improve our operational capabilities in every way that we can. But that's not the only side to that story. Even if we go up to the desired level of spending on defense, up to 2% of GDP, we will still be very not comparative in terms of actual military force to the Chinese. I think that's obvious to everyone. So that's not the only side to the problem. We have to, again, as I mentioned before, continue to ally ourselves with as many countries around the world, especially in Asia, but in the Pacific area, but around the world. And the key to being able to speak with a unified voice is essential, and that will only come with strong coalitions between different countries, amongst different countries.
Masasign po sa Wednesday. Masasign na po ang budget sa Wednesday, sir. Will you
Yes,
be
I think
signing?
we're scheduled for Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Last question, Bethina Unite of Manila Bulletin.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, how would you assess your performance this year, sir, and what are your goals and outlook for 2024? Thank you po.
Well, I think this year, 2023 was really the year of structural changes. Those structural changes were necessary because we have to remodel or readjust rather for example, our fiscal policy, even our monetary policy, our spending policy, so that we are slowly moving, or not so slowly, so we're moving away from the COVID economy. So that's really what we studied the government, we studied the economy, and started to come to a few answers. Some of it is structural that we have had to do, but now those structural changes should start to well, they already have, but they will even have a greater effect in 2024 than they did in 2023. They are just some of the changes that we did to the fiscal tax structure, some of the changes that we did to the ease of doing business. All of these things are just beginning to work now, because it's only now that we have changed the structure of the different agencies, and equally importantly, that we are beginning to find the best people for each of those positions.
Sir, your outlook po or goals po for 2024, sir?
How?
Your goals or outlook po for 2024?
Mahabang listahan yan. Well, it doesn't really change that we have that we will continue to modernize. Medyo obsolete na yung ibang structures natin sa gobyerno. That we continue to modernize, we continue to be responsive to the new economy, that we position ourselves properly. We're moving, but we're moving in the right direction. But if you ask me, I always it's too slow. So we will just keep pushing para matapos lahat ito, so that we can start to feel the effects of those changes that we made.
Ngayon, ikaw, bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.